He's him. I told him, man, you trying to win MVP. It's not even looking like offensive rookie of the year. It look like MVP right now. But, man, it just goes it's a testament to him. This is what you see from him. When you have games like this, it's not a surprise because he puts the work in fundamentally each and every week.
Okay. Offensive Rookie of the Year odds. Jaden at number 1 still, then Bo, then Drake, then
Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers coming in number 4, and then Caleb way back in the 5 spot. Brew, are you surprised Caleb is so far back?
I would have been before the season. I mean, I thought I wasn't as high on him as Nick, but I thought he would be the best quarterback in this class, and he was entering such a great situation, right? The receivers, the running back, the defense, and all that. But now, yeah, that's where he should be, like at best, unless you just want to take Bowers out. Like, he has been certainly, and I think he's got more talent than Bo Nix and more upside than Bo Nix. But right now, if you look at what rookie quarterbacks have been playing the best, definitely Jaden and Bo Nix are playing better than Caleb. So here are their numbers. And May just obviously had a disjointed season as far as playing time and stuff, but he, I think, is playing at least as well, if not better than Caleb, because if you factor in that they aren't in nearly as advantageous situations as Caleb is, he's got by far the lowest completion percentage, the lowest passer rating by a significant amount, and then the TD interceptions, he's right there with May, but well behind Nix and Jaden. So I just, like I said, I think his upside is better than Nix. But right now, Caleb has been the 3rd best rookie and possibly the 4th best rookie quarterback.
So I think that's all fair. Going into the draft, I had it slotted as Caleb, Drake, Jaden, massive drop. And then I will take McCarthy and Penix out of it because they haven't played really. Yep. And Bo Nix there. That's my redraft order right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, listen, Jaden has.
So you had Nix below even Penix and.
Well, I'm not. I think I did. I know I had him below McCarthy. I don't remember the Penix part of it. So my Jaden concern was purely about health, and I think this year has only enhanced that concern. And the fact that he has not looked like quite the same player post the rib injury makes that even higher alert. It wasn't about talent. We all knew the talent. I love Drake's upside and age. What I said about Bo Nix going into the year was he was my number 1 draft pick to trick people into thinking he's good. I call that the annual Mac Jones Award. And there is a lot of, I mean, Bo Nix is 4 months younger than Trevor. He's 2.5 years older than Anthony Richardson. He is, I think there's real potential that who he is now is very close to a finished product, like it was for Mac Jones.
But is there like a physical development you're saying?
No, I think having played 40 more college football games and being in your mid-20s is just very different than Drake May, who's 22 years old.
But he's shown improvement even throughout this season. That's the thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think there is big upside with Bo Nix. I just don't. I think there's massive upside with the other 3, but the Jaden thing, his frame concerns me. And so I'll concede that Caleb, it has not been nearly as seamless. And Caleb, like Drake, is playing in a situation where he's thrown back-to-back game-losing interceptions, and nobody cares.
No,
it's like, no, who cares? It's great. You know what I mean? So, because the stakes were so different for him than for Caleb, a team that thought it'd be a playoff team. So I'm not down on Caleb, and I'll be the last person on the Bo Nix is actually going to be a franchise quarterback train. I'm not shocked that with Sean Payton, he's played decent. I don't think those numbers are eye-popping.
That's the key. He's going to have consistent head coach leadership at the offense coordinator position, all that play caller, more than any of these guys. Well, aside from Jaden probably, but moving forward, this is why I believe he's going to improve. I'm shocked. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't where you were on Bo Nix, but I didn't see him doing this.
Yeah, he looks good. You gotta get.
This is wild. A lot of Denver Broncos fans called it. You all called it, saying that Nick Wright is not going to give any flowers to Bo Nix. He still thinks Bo Nix is not good. thinks Bo Nix is all the way at the bottom, hasn't proved anything, can't grow or improve at all, which is just so absurd at this point. Just stop with the nonsense. Stop it. I reject that opinion now. This whole idea that these older quarterbacks can't improve and grow, it just doesn't make any sense, actually. I understand that if you're a young quarterback, you could have room to grow, more trajectory to grow, especially if you're really hyper athletic and stuff like that. I understand that. But to think that Sean Payton is not going to help this guy improve significantly more than what he had going on in college just because of his age is insane. It's just insane. It just doesn't make any sense. It really makes no sense, actually. There's no actual logical sense. Not to mention, we know someone like Bo Nix is absolutely positively brilliant. He's hyper intelligent. So if you want to say an older quarterback who's not really smart, but just obviously like a good enough to be in the NFL, that they don't have, but they're not super athletic, that they don't have as much of a trajectory to grow, okay, I can see that. But not someone who is brilliant, who can memorize the playbook in like 2 seconds, who's also really mobile and athletic, more so than people give him credit for, and connected to a top coach and a top offensive coach in the NFL, and you think that he's not going to get much better? First off, if he just sustains what he's doing right now, that's a franchise quarterback. The way how he's been playing. I mean, look at the numbers. He's been playing like a top 10 quarterback. Literally, Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce gave him flowers. So this is comically, absurdly, hilariously insane. It is. And again, credit to the Denver Broncos fans for seeing this coming. I'm not very hard to reach that conclusion that this is the way how this was all going to unfold. But like even this question, I resent this question. Surprise, Caleb is 5th in Rookie of the Year odds? Why is the question not Bo Nix? You know, like, I don't know, anyway. Bo Nix? Surprise, Bo Nix is number 2 and not number 1? You know, one of those types of questions. Who should win the Rookie of the Year? Who's got the best case? Jaden Daniels or Bo Nix? A lot of people say that Nick Wright is afraid of certain things. And oftentimes I disagree. They'll be like, oh, Nick Wright's afraid of Lamar Jackson, or he's afraid of the Baltimore Ravens. He's afraid of, you know, et cetera, Jalen Hurts in the Philadelphia Eagles. And usually a lot of times when people say it in the comment section, I say, no, I mean, I don't necessarily say it, but I don't agree with those things because I think Nick believes in the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes to such an insane level. I do believe he's afraid of the Denver Broncos and Bo Nix. He is praying because he knows he is not dumb. He knows Nick Wright is a lot of things. Dumb is not one of them. He is a very smart person. He knows how important it was for Tom Brady to be able to feast on that division, to become the GOAT, to feast on his division, to feast on the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets, year after year after year, locking that number 1, or, you know, the bye, locking that down, how crucial that is. When you're a great team and a great quarterback, getting that bye pretty much guarantees you to the conference championship game. Right? Like, it's just from a statistical standpoint, which Nick Wright is obviously very high on statistics, playing one less game, having home field advantage, your statistics for winning a Super Bowl, getting to the Super Bowl, I mean, it's night and day, especially, like I said, when you're a legitimate team. Not one of these more like stragglers in between teams, although it helps them, but when you are a legit, bona fide, consistently great team, like the Chiefs, like the Patriots of old, the number, it's just through the roof. The change is just so dramatic. Now you got Denver Broncos and Bo Nix to worry about. Now you got Justin Herbert and the Chargers to worry about. Winning this division is no longer easy. There's some real losses now scheduled against the Broncos and the Chargers. Some real losses. So yeah, I do think there's some fear. Nick is praying that Bo Nix doesn't turn into anything. He's praying that Bo Nix can't at least be Kirk Cousins. Because give Kirk Cousins to Sean Payton, you know that Broncos team's going to be legit and winning games. You give them defense, a couple weapons, and a young, mobile Kirk Cousins with Sean Payton? They're not going to be winning the division a handful of times. They're not going to be able to put together wins. They're not going to be able to make the life incredibly hard for Patrick Mahomes, or at the very least, take away that one-way ticket to the number 1 seed and buys and home field advantage. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would not be surprised if in the next few years, a team like the Broncos or the Chargers go 2-0 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, you can start to schedule 2, 3, 4 losses a year. What does that do for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs chasing greatness? It makes it significantly harder. So yeah, there's a lot of wishful thinking and thinking that Bo Nix is not great, or that he's not a franchise quarterback. Again, are we going to say that Bo Nix is going to be, chasing GOAT status himself? Probably not. Probably unlikely. Can he be a future top quarterback in the NFL, a top 10 quarterback? If he's just a top 10 quarterback, that's massive. If he's just a top 15 quarterback, that's massive. Sean Payton will be able to do magic with that. I really believe that. I really, really, really believe that, especially because I do believe Bo Nix is incredibly intelligent and wants to win more than anything. Bo Nix is without a doubt the type of guy who will take a great team-friendly deal. Bo Nix is not like, pay me all the money in the world. I just do not believe he's that guy. He wants to win and wants to win badly. I think he totally buys into everything that the Denver Broncos want from him. So better believe, if he is just a top 10 or top 15 quarterback, he will take a great contract, and that Denver Broncos team will be absolutely stacked. And we already know, you get a top 10, top 15 quarterback on a stacked roster with a great coach who knows what he's doing, what usually happens? Oh, that's right. They typically go to the conference championship games and Super Bowls. So yeah, maybe there is a little fear there. Maybe there's a little wishful thinking, some hopes and some prayers that Bo Nix ends up being a really bad pick and a bottom quarterback, one that they struggle to make sense with. Or just maybe he'll be the quarterback who can outduel Patrick Mahomes on any given day. We're about to find out. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos? And apparently Nick Wright's very confident take that Bo Nix is just not a good quarterback. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much, and see you next time.